Alright guys, welcome back to it. Shut up! Alright guys, welcome back to another episode, something a little bit different this time. It's a second Q&A, but I'm on my own. I'm filming a solo trip that I'm doing D'Entrecasteaux to the Blackwood National Park. Well, I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, that's what my plans have had to be. But, reached out to you guys on Instagram and Facebook, seeing what you wanted to know about the channel and what you wanted to know about myself or the crew. And you guys overwhelm me with your kindness and your sense of humour, to be honest. So I'm going to take you back in time to yesterday, where we started answering the questions. I thought that on my first night, I'd take a few segments out of the night to sort of answer a couple of those questions, you know. There were a couple of repeats. Oh, there were thousands of questions, you know, heaps. For those of you asking, this is my new drink bottle. No, no one asked. Oh, listen to that crackle. But what I'll do just while I'm establishing these coals for dinner, I was just going to answer a couple of your questions. So let's get into it. Right, so I'll start with the questions on Instagram. There were a couple of double ups, and the first message that I got, the first contact, was from Brado Taylor on Instagram, VDJ76. You're a good man already. I actually had a couple of chats with this bloke. He sounds like a really nice bloke. He goes, "Hey bro, couple of questions. When's your next fans camping trip, and what's in store for the new year of Wacker?" Braden, I hope it's Braden, man. Thanks for getting involved. As you know, COVID sort of stuffed everything up. You know, we did have one planned, and as you know, Mr. Buckaroony threw out a challenge to a lot of us guys over here in the West to, you know, put on like a charity event, and I definitely took that challenge seriously. And COVID hasn't really affected us a lot, as far as, you know, as much as the eastern states. We could have basically put on a group camp a couple of weeks ago, but as it was, we made the decision to wait until it's completely clear, and then we'll get another group camp going. And when I got that question, a couple of people asked about it, and I thought to myself, the first one that we did, it was nerve-wracking, but it ended up being one of the best bloody nights I've ever had camping, you know. Everyone got into it, and all the cook-ups and that, and just when we want to do this second one, we sort of want to make it, I want to step it up a little bit, but not crazy, you know. It's just going to be 3 main stages. You got Darude on one stage, and you got bloody Zach Brown on the other one. No, but I mean, as though I'd like to get, you know, a couple of small guests along, you know, just like a little cook-up. I reckon I was thinking at first my brother, you know, cook and grill and chilling. You could get some smash burgers for everyone going. But we'll get like raffles and stuff going, and, you know, the last one was great because we had sort of 5 or 6 fire pits set up, and all the people that were camped around, they were all sitting around it and using it to cook, and I bloody loved that. You know, I could walk around and just meet everyone. It was really good. So I'm gonna aim, as soon as COVID's over, I'll get straight onto it, I promise you guys. So I just love meeting you guys. It's really bloody good. So at least we've got like a base to work off for the second one anyway. So let's get on to one more. I'll do a couple more while I'm here. Next one, barely off-road. Mark, you cheeky bugger. He goes, "I'd like to know what your star sign is and how many laughs per kilometre you get on the trips." Well, you should know that, start off. I'm a Libra. I'll say about 4 or 5 laughs per kilometre. Depends how many times the patrol breaks down there, mate. And literally the next question after him was off-road traveller. When will you upgrade to a patrol to keep up with barely off-road? Now, Mark, if you're watching this, it's going to be a sore point, mate. Mark's patrol is literally sitting in his front yard as like a new garden ornament, I reckon. Yeah, it's not a good situation. I'll get back to you with that, with the update on that, and then Mark can explain that to you. But never a patrol. No, I love my Land Cruiser too much. I think off-road trail, I think that's Craig. Craig, mate, I love my Land Cruiser too much. It's just so simple, and it just gets done what I need to get done. All right, guys, next question. Yeah, it's a good question, this one, actually. I'll answer this one, and then I'll jump on to dinner and answer a couple while I'm cooking dinner, I reckon. That'd be good. So this one's from Matt Westralian. If you don't know him, guys, he's on YouTube. Westralian Off-Road. Matt, keep it up, man. You're doing a killer job. I wish I knew my history like you do, mate. So who have been your influences over the years that got you inspired to start filming your own journeys? And what local channels are you enjoying yourself these days? That's 2 questions. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Man, I've got to say, from the start, I always watched Intense, Alex from Intense Off-Road. I mean, and there's no doubt that in a lot of my videos I've taken elements of his and used it in mine, and sort of tried to create my own style, I hope. Cam, while touring, you know, he started not long before me, and he's killing me now. Like, he's unreal, and he deserves so much more. He's just such a genuine bloke. I'll always take inspiration from him, you know. I always try and be real, and that's exactly what him and Tiff are. They're just bloody real people, you know. That's the best thing about this YouTube and camping thing, is that you get to meet bloody good people, you know. And Cam knocks up a mint homebrew. But I guess sort of what got me started, Matt, was that we'd go and camp at Sandy Cape, you know, every year for Grand Final Day, a big group of us, and we'd take quad bikes and stuff like that years and years ago. And I'd just throw a little montage together of, you know, the times we had together, and, you know, I'd send it to all the boys and we'd have a laugh and that. And then I think it was a couple of years after that that I sort of threw together, you know, I had a camera sitting around, a crappy old Canon camera that I filmed a lot of my first episodes on, and I just used that to film like a montage of the cruiser when I first got it. Go back and have a look at that. That was one of our first videos. Very, very bloody amateur, but I was just, at that time, I thought, oh, this is great. Not knowing how crappy it was, but I was just using what I had to work with. And then from there, I started looking on YouTube, finding, you know, Alex, Cam, and then I found, you know, Graham, Great Off-Road Adventures, then, you know, Full Drive Action. Yeah, they're good. I only like the days where they had Ruthie. I love Ruthie. He inspires me to cook, man. He was one of the best, I reckon. But I think I just got straight into it. I just started putting stuff out on YouTube, keeping, you know, half consistent, getting bloody 24 views within, you know, a month. I was just killing it back then, you know. But no, it was just something that happened out of nowhere. I think if you're going to start a YouTube channel, just bloody do it. Just put something up and keep consistent with it. And just to answer the second part of your question, Matt, who I watch now, absolutely watch you, dude. You're killing it. Keep it up, man. Number one, usually whenever a wild touring video comes up, Cam, I jump straight on it. Great Off-Road Adventures, Mr. Buckaroony, always jump onto his. I love hearing hearing him talk and jibber jabber. That's what they call it. He's a bloody good laugh, man, and just a genuine bloke. Weekend Outdoors, Ian from Weekend Outdoors, check that out. That guy actually catches fish. Making Tracks, that's a Perth young bloke from Perth. He has a troopy, and he's just getting started. He's big on Instagram. He's just starting on YouTube. So yeah, get involved, have a look. Shad O'Donoghue, he's over in the eastern states. got a 76 series, so I'll have a look at him. Check that out. And here's a random one for you, Millennial Farmer. Just go and check it out and have a look at the machines that this guy drives, man. Unbelievable. I know that's random, but that's the stuff that I watch, you know, apart from, you know, Young Bloods, Scotty's Gone Walkabout, and just all the other Perth guys, you know. There's so many of them now. Shuey's Adventures, yeah, I watch all them, you know. Got to support your locals as well, don't you? So, but guys, I've answered a couple. So what I'll do, I'll get these coals established. I'll get dinner started, and I'll answer a couple more while I'm doing dinner. So stick around. Hope you enjoy. Right guys, so I've got dinner on. Check out the trip video for this solo series if you want to see how this chicken's done. But got the chicken on, and I wanted to do a couple more questions like I said. So next one is from 4x4 Camping and Adventures. He's a bloody another YouTube channel that I watch. Nah, but he asked, what's been your favourite trip so far? That is a hard one to say with the crew that I go with. I just have an awesome time with them guys every time. But I gotta say, it's either the solo or the tinny trips that are the most fun, because I don't know what it is. Something about the tinny trips gets, you know, it makes you feel like you're sort of going back to simpler times, you know, without a fridge and 12 volt and all that. You're sort of just living out of an esky, and that's sort of what we used to do years and years ago, so it's wicked. And in the solo trips, it's like a nice bit of solitude for yourself. Oh, I don't know, every trip's good, but I'm going to say Donnelly River tinny trip, best ever. Oh, look at that. Okay, the next one is from Two Crabs Adventures Australia. Geez, I'm missing out so many. He's another YouTuber, just starting out, absolute champion. Got a big dual cab bloody 79 series, the Sandy. I think it's a Sandy. So he says, how many Ks has the 76 got and had any maintenance issues? Okay, I've literally just clocked 150,000 today. And maintenance issues, yeah, absolutely there is. I literally just got all 4 bearings done at the same time. And then there's also, you know, I'm due for like a clutch pretty soon, because I'm starting to get a funny noise there. But apart from that, pretty good, I think. Cooling system's all good, suspension's good, just an all-round good, reliable car. Cheers for asking, brother. Really good. Keep up that bloody channel, and guys, go and bloody show him some love. He's an absolute champion. Okay, and next one, Bush and Beach Australia. I should have put this guy in my list of people that I watch. He's another YouTube channel. I know I keep mentioning it, guys, but there's a lot of beauties out there. This guy has quit his job, I'm pretty sure, sold his house. Got one of the cleanest Prados that I know, and he has sold up, just had a baby, and he's just going out full-time camping. And he has asked, I'm interested in how long it takes you to edit a video, what program you use for editing, and what your average retention rate is that you're getting for the channel. Also, how many cartons you boys knock back in a week. Jesus. Need a beer sponsor for that one, mate. That's where most of our money goes, I think. No, okay, so how long it takes me to edit a video? It depends. Sometimes I'll spend 2 to 3 hours just looking and downloading music for a video. I take a lot of pride in the music that I use. The program that I use for editing, I used to use Adobe Premiere Pro, but just found it crashed too much and it stuffed me up. So I use a free program now called DaVinci Resolve 16. And it's been one of the best programs I've ever used. But I think you need a pretty powerful computer for it, that's all, because it sort of uses the files as you go. It sort of doesn't store it in the program. My retention rate. Geez, retention rate, I think for a 30-minute video, I think it's around 15 minutes, 15 and a half minutes. So, not a bloody clue, mate. I hope that helps you. How many cartons do we knock back a week? I'll tell you what, I'll be straight up with you. I don't drink hardly anything during the week. It's usually when we go camping, we go hard. That's probably not the best thing to do, I'm told. But I don't know how much Creeber has. He loves his chookies. He loves it. And so does Mark as well. But I don't think we all drink that much during the week, you know. We have a problem. Oh, Musanovic Clan Adventures. Mirza, mate, thank you so much. You're a bloody legend, dude. And this is a very serious question. I would like to know what your workout regimen is to become such a specimen, of human evolution. I try my hardest, but I feel like I can't get that perfectly round shape. Well, mate, you're never going to get it. You got to work the arms more, like that. Arms. It's all about arms, mate. The glamour muscles. No, thanks for getting involved, dude. Okay, the next one. This was a I know every bloody Instagrammer says it, but every person says it. This one come up a couple of times, so I'll be able to answer all of them. When is the next round of shirts going to be available? Those fishing shirts, or the not catching shirts, I call them, they're like a pre-order thing, you know. It's like, I'll be honest with you, I can't afford to sort of buy all of that stock and have it stored at my house. It's really expensive to keep these, you know. T-shirts and that, yeah, they're fine, and I'm trying to build up that inventory, but it's quite expensive. So they'll be a pre-order like always, but they'll be available on the website. It'll be an easier pre-order procedure. But I'll be doing one very, very early in January 2021, so keep an eye out for that. And will you be at the Adelaide full drive show next year with all the crew? Nah, probably not. I'll be honest with you. I'd like to just go over maybe to the eastern states and do our own thing, you know. I don't think I'm much of like a show guy. I wouldn't have a clue what's going to go on in the next year or so. It's hard. I'm just taking it day by day at the moment, especially with COVID being around. So that's from Craig again, Off-Road Traveller. Next one, Brandon S94. Got any James Corden doppelgangers gigs yet? Plenty, mate. Absolutely plenty. Why do you think I can afford to get out here midweek and that with the wife and that, you know? Plenty. I'm a bloody sit-in for him, you know? Jimmy from Grab Me Gear, the next one. Have a ball, mate, and keen to hear why camping 4x4 and outdoors. That's easy to answer, actually. Man, I've been doing it since I was a kid, you know. My dad got me into it, and we used to go out in like a, what is it, like an XD or XE Falcon, just like a, just down to 2J. And we just used to camp there as kids and catch yabbies and stuff like that. It's just been ingrained in me from what my dad's told me, so I have him to thank for that. So, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I hope to do that for my daughter as well, you know. It's just such a good hobby, you know, the outdoors. It's nothing, there's nothing bad about it, you know, unless you're a dick. This question here is from Josh Summerson, man. Thanks so much again. I love doing these Q&As. It's really good to sort of interact with you good bloody people. Damn, that smells so good. I can't wait to try that. This one is, would love to know why you do what you do. Firstly, why and how you got into adventure, but also why you chose to take the next step and film your adventures. That's pretty similar to the last question, but why I do what I do, I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is, but I really feel like I've found a passion in trying to have a crack at filming my trips, and I want to try and get better and better at telling stories, you know. I definitely don't have anything close to good camera equipment, but it's enough to get me by. I'm one of those guys who I'll keep trying to build it up as I go. I don't have the best of everything at all, but I use what I've got, and I feel very happy with what I've got now. As long as I can sort of get it onto the channel so I can show you guys, then I'm stoked. Oh, damn. And why I do it, man, I didn't know that it would grow to anything close to what we have now. And I'm just so damn stoked about it, and so lucky to have people like you and everyone else who follows us. You know, I never thought it would get to anything like this. Sometimes I sit back and I think, Jesus, it's incredible that people want to watch something that, you know, we've made or whatever, you know. I think I've really, to summarize, I think I've found a passion, you know. I really, really enjoy doing it, and I just want to get better at it, that's all. Yeah, so I hope I've answered that question well enough, Josh. Thanks, mate, for asking that question. Guys, I'll see you in the next round of questions. See you soon.